Everybody, I'm Randy Wittis, that's my Chevelle. Anyway, so we're working on some interior panels. I have epoxied them. Actually, I metal prepped them first, epoxied, and then sprayed. I didn't spray this part with epoxy. I only did it with the, as you can see, the tape line, the welding primer. And what we're doing is putting them inside in the rear sheet metal area, as we've been saying. And that's it right there. So I'm going to weld them in. I'm going to show you how.
Ready, set, go. Yeah. No. Whoopsie. Gonna hurt.
Okay, so far I have aligned my panel, put in a couple of, attachment thingies. So, what I'm working on right now is getting everything lined up. That panel flush with that panel, and bringing that bottom panel up to this panel, which it's pretty much there. My plan is to use self-tapping screws, basically. I'm going to run them down through. That's going to hold the panel together, and then I'm going to, the Clecos work, see, I remembered. The Clecos work somewhat, but I feel a little more better with the self-tapping screws, that it would draw it a little tighter. So I'm going to do that there. I can only weld up to a certain point inside, and then I'm going to have to go underneath and weld from the bottom up as far as the spot weld. Right now I'm just marking my panel. I've got to go underneath, and I drilled a little pilot hole right there next to my flange on my sheet metal to show me where it ends. And also I can go on the inside of the wheel well and go down from there, hopefully straight. What I'm going to do is do another little pilot hole somewhere in here to give myself an idea. So we're going to do that, and see you in a sec. Didn't break it. I'm gonna mark my holes where I'd like them, I guess. And you can see. Look at when you get sweaty, you got fresh metal everywhere. Luckily I've kind of protected most of this stuff with Mr. Gibbs oil. Close enough. It'll weld. It'll get seam sealer. It'll be good. Alrighty, drilling some more holes. I know I marked them on this side, which I couldn't drill them. Well, it's easier to drill this way. So gives me an idea where I am. And the dots are just a reference. They're not exact. Doesn't matter. And to be honest with you, I don't know why I put all the dots, because the drill works just fine. Just something you do, I guess. And I'm gonna come back here and I'll show you. With the bigger drill bit and make them a little bit bigger. Really need to use the mask because, you know, this stuff flies and gets in your eye. But you get the idea. Okay, well, I stepped down my drill bit size just a little bit. Those were a little bit, I think, a little bit too big. Gets to where you're having trouble filling them, where you can just one time and that's filled and get good penetration. Also, I stepped out my gap a little as well. Not so much here, but you know, it is what it is. But anyway, more drilling. See ya when I get all these finished. Alrighty, so it's going to be welding day, and we got to lift her up, take the tires off, and do some hole drilling underneath. So we're going to get that done and get back in a minute. Now we get to find out how well my wheel well opening works. It may not. I may have to drop the shocks if I remember correctly. Yep, gotta drop the shocks. See you in a minute. Now we start welding. All right, so I mentioned earlier I was going to use some screws to draw this thing up tighter. I like to pre-drill with an 1/8 inch. Just makes it a little easier to go in. You think, well, that looks pretty tight already, but when you draw it up that way, now it's tight. This one, I may have to, you know, massage that a little bit, but that holds well. I'll have to do something here. Maybe put one in, I don't know. Not that critical. So I'm gonna work up this way a little bit, as far as I can. Come from the other side, from under the wheel well, and draw this down. So, all right. We'll just keep going. Okay. Let's go underneath and put 1 or 2. See what that looks like. Stuff down. Push the button, the up button. Holding the camera and working with one hand. Okay, now here you see some gappage going on. So let's put one in here. Well, let's drill another hole. There's one there. This is a, well, that's not that tight. Why my hand's shaking, and probably won't get a screw in there because I just noticed I hit that bar. But we'll do the best we can. Look at that. Draw that up much better. Well, all right, so I'm gonna get this one done, do the other side. I'm gonna start some welding. Okay, well, we got the plug welds done. Not everyone's perfectly pretty, but those are all awesome, actually. And you know, you get a little popping and a cracking because of the epoxy, plus you're going through the weldable primer. Even though it's weldable, you know, you don't get that good sizzle sometimes, but it still works. You still get a good weld. So I like to start off really close into the plug weld and then pull out a little bit so I get good penetration right off the get-go, and then pull away and then fill the hole. So we're gonna do some more. See you in a minute. Okay, I think that's it. Got all my holes plugged. All of them are plugged. Whoops, need to do that. Got the light off. That there. All right. Oh, one little spot. Seeing some daylight. Anyway, that's what seam sealer's for. So, panels are in. Good and solid. Not going anywhere. Looks good. Got some work to do later as far as grinding goes. See you on the next video.